This is going to take me a while to do because apparently I have too much to say to try to cram it into 10 minutes. And I'm not going to turn this into a whole fucking series. So let's see if I can try it again this time. Yes, Christian goths are a thing before I start. And don't come at me because honestly, I'm just going to flame you for being an idiot. But back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, I used to go to church a lot. Like a lot. A lot. And then I moved to Oregon in 2001, and I was having trouble finding a church that I felt was much like the one I had left behind in California. And then 9/11 happened, and a lot of the acts of so-called Christians against anyone they thought was a Muslim, including, actual Muslims, but then some dumbass murdered a Sikh man who was just in his fucking yard because he saw the turban, he saw the brown skin, and went like, terrorist, pew pew. A lot of the shit after 9/11, once the whole united, we stand, kumbaya shit wore off, it was disgusting. It really was. It had me questioning my faith, and ultimately I decided I didn't want to be associated with it. It doesn't mean I lost it completely. I just kind of went from religious to more spiritual. And so when I say, like, I haven't been an active Christian in 25 years. And yet, I find this whole Trump administration feud with Pope Leo, I mean, it's baffling for one. It really is. Like, the whole Christian nationalism thing on MAGA has been honestly hilarious, because honestly, and I've come to believe this more and more over like the last few months, that Christianity has basically become performative. You can say you're Christian, you can slap it all over your car, your social media, all of that, but you don't actually follow the teachings of Christ. You don't follow the 10 Commandments. You just don't. You just want to cherry pick shit like abortion and homosexuality. But you definitely didn't read Exodus 32, the story about the golden calf. You clearly didn't read the 10 Commandments. You definitely have not read the teachings of Christ. Or the teachings of St. Peter. None of that. Otherwise, you would see what's going on around you here in the United States and be absolutely appalled. You would see the behavior of the Trump administration towards the Vatican equally as appalling. The Pope answers to no one but God. The teachings of Christ If you want to consider them radical left, then that means that there's something wrong with you. Because Christ advocated for peace among men. Christ advocated for feeding the hungry, healing the sick, helping the poor, treating people like people, treating the foreigner as you would treat one of your own. Loving thy, the 10 Commandments is, loving thy neighbor. We all know that famous verse that for God so loved the world that he gave up his only begotten son. Because Christ is forgiveness. Honestly, one of my favorite things to say is we got to sin, otherwise Christ died for nothing. But also, I was taught only God can judge. So all of these Christians who are running around calling people sinners, we are all sinners. Every single one of us. There is absolutely no person on planet Earth, honestly, in history, because even Christ said, like, he who is without sin cast the first stone. And he did not cast the stone because even Christ was a sinner. And stupidity can be very entertaining. But to watch all of these people, all of these fake Christians running around, acting like horrible people, absolutely horrible people, and then still going and having the audacity to sit in church on Sunday morning, to wear crosses. You're fucking hypocrites is what you are. And the demands of the Trump administration towards Pope Leo, Pope Leo does not give a fuck. He has even said so, that he does not fear the Trump administration. The gospel is not political. The teachings of Christ are not political. Only evangelists, mega evangelists, and Christian nationalists here in the United States make it political as it's become. The Pope does not give a fuck. The papacy does not, honestly, should not care about politics. They care about humanity, about morality, about theology. The Church of England exists because the Pope did not give in to the demands of King Henry VIII. So King Henry VIII threw a temper tantrum and separated from the Church of Rome. He will not give in, this Pope will not give in to the demands of Trump. And they know that. This is why the Avignon papacy was hinted at. If you don't know what that is, look it up. That was basically a veiled threat against Pope Leo. And how any Christian can still support any of this, even after all the other shit. If you can still support this, then you're not a real Christian. And you should honestly stop calling yourself one. Because you're not. You really aren't. You're just Christian in name, but not by action. It's true.